As a member of Gen Z who loves movies, I can't help but notice the behaviors of my peers when they're asked about older cinema. They usually just shrug their shoulders and say they don't have the time or the attention span to watch movies, or they're just uninterested. I know that these statements are part of the truth, which I'll reveal to you shortly. Hi, I'm Noi Levy from Cocoon Cinema, and this is why Gen Z stays away from classic cinema. Most people from my generation are what I like to call homebodies. They like to pull up their streaming services and watch any kind of movie. They usually settle for high-budget rom-coms with a crappy plot. When something good rolls around in theaters, for instance Barbie, the only reason they'll go to watch it is for the Instagram photos they'll get afterwards. Gen Z is wired by trends, screen time, and a lack of patience which prevents them from exploring a different area of cinema. For instance, I asked a friend, "What's the most recent movie you watched?" And they said, "I don't remember. It was on Netflix and I think Glenn Powell was in it." I said, "You don't remember?" "Nope," they replied. I continued the conversation by asking them why they don't give older movies a chance. And they said that they're boring and that they don't understand the jargon, so there's really no use watching any. Little do they know that older movies are the foundation of what we see today. For example, It Happened One Night, or as film critics like to call it, the very first rom-com. Starring Clark Gable and Claudette Colbert, it tells the story of an heiress who runs away from an arranged marriage only to be tangled up with a reporter. Sounds interesting? It came out in 1934. The video and sound quality are great thanks to a restoration it underwent in 2013. Plus, I don't think the English language has changed that much since the 1930s, so there's really no reason to run away from that or any other classic movie. Moving on to another reason, I asked another friend of mine last week what was their favorite movie, and they said The Breakfast Club. And I said, "Really? I haven't watched it. Is it cool?" And they said it's actually pretty problematic and to stay away from it. That statement angered and confused me because problematic isn't a word that you would hear before the 1990s. Look that up if you don't believe me. Things are changing every day. Actors are issuing apologies for a joke that they made 30 to 50 years ago. Back then, that and so much more was okay. People could make fun of things back then that they could get in trouble for today. This hyper-awareness that we've gained as a society is more of a loss because we don't have the ability to move on. We hold grudges on things that we have zero control over. Yes, those ill-fated jokes might not sound so funny today, and those stereotypes might make your jaw drop out of shock. But believe it or not, unfortunately, there were times back then when someone's grandma, someone's grandpa got a kick out of them because they didn't know any better. Now that we do know better, we can change that. But that doesn't mean we should erase that part of history because it makes us uncomfortable. So many things in life make us uncomfortable, and it is important to confront them. These two reasons are what hold my generation back from watching classic films. It's unfortunate that people can get triggered by the past and be afraid to confront it and accept that it happened and not be able to move on, and it's sad that people can't give other movies a chance because they just assume that they're boring. If you're watching this, I challenge you to watch a movie from the 1930s, and even if it makes you uncomfortable, tell me what makes it uncomfortable for you, and we can just talk about it together. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and be sure to like and subscribe if you liked it.